Hey guys, welcome to the review of the new Sprint Samsung Moment. I'm Covey and I'll be reviewing this product today. So let's get right into it. You open it up, you've got a home screen. You can unlock your phone, gives you a time, the date. I'm currently charging the phone, so that's why I've got the wire sticking out. We'll cover the charger. It's very small, compact, easy to carry around, so that's always good. When you unlock it, you come to your main menu. Of course, I have no apps here, but you scroll around, there's some apps. You've got 3 pages worth of apps you can put in. So you can do almost anything with this phone. I mean, there's enough room for all these apps. So you've got this is your home screen, 3 pages worth of home screens. And then, oops, you run out of all your apps on all 3 pages. Where can I store them? Well, you're lucky enough to have even a bottom bar where you just hit it and then add more apps. So that's even better. So you can never run out of enough apps and you can never run out of enough space. Google was smart enough to incorporate a Google search bar into the Samsung Moment. Helps you very easily get on and surfing the web should you need to search something without having to go to the internet. Of course, we scroll over and you've got plenty of applications here. You've got, let's see if we can zoom in and focus, we've got messaging, we've got the phone, we've got the browser, the camera, the weather channel, and email. These are my top apps I'm using. But just to show you a few more, you've got alarm clock, you've got the game Bejeweled, you've got your browser calculator, all that stuff. Device self-service, you've got Gmail, Market, where you can get even more apps. You can just scroll down here. But not only are there just random apps that are on every other phone in the world, but you've also have apps where Sprint came in. Sprint created their Sprint NASCAR app because, well, it's called the NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile. And because Sprint runs the Sprint Cup, they created their own application. They've also created a few others, such as Instant Messaging for Sprint and Sprint Navigation, Sprint Football Live, and Sprint TV. Just to demo Sprint TV here. Right here, they usually have an ad just to let you know the ad does go away about 30 seconds into it. But you can actually watch, no joke, live TV from your phone. So that's pretty cool. It takes a while to load because it has to load every channel in your region. And then once it loads, look at that, we've got live TV. This bar usually shows an ad. It does go away about 30 seconds later. You can then tap and go back to your home page, or you can even go back and search other channels. I just had it on Comedy Central. They were doing an interview of somebody. So you've got plenty of apps. I found Sprint TV to be the coolest app of them all. Just, watching live TV on your phone, that's got to be really cool. You've got, contactless, calendars, maps, so many apps, and then you've always got the app store. So you can never run out of enough apps. Obviously the carrier is Sprint, and that's because their rivals, the Droid, Droid 2, and Droid X, they needed a reason to get people to switch from Verizon to Sprint. This was their way they could do it, partner up with Samsung and Google. Their platform is a full Google and WebKit Android browser, and it's also an Android smartphone, 4G, like I've already said. Its display is an amazing whopping 3.2-inch display. It's a touchscreen, as you've already seen, and the only problem I have with it is sometimes you're gentle. A lot of people are usually gentle with it their first time around when they've got a touchscreen. Sometimes it reads you, sometimes it doesn't. I haven't really had a problem with it not reading me, except on the last page here you can see I'm having trouble. So sometimes you have to push down a little harder, but instead of soft. And that's probably going to happen to a lot of people their first time with their first touch phone. That's just because a lot of people want to be sure they don't break the touchscreen. And trust me, Sprint and Samsung have really worked to make sure that their touchscreen does not break, and I haven't really heard of that many people saying they had problems with the touchscreen besides their first few, week of use being so gentle on the touchscreen. The design is a black exterior. It's black and silver, and that's the only design this comes with. Only design, and it's probably because, well, that's all they really wanted to make. So if you don't like the black and silver, that's really just an opinion based. If you don't like black and silver, I'm sure you can buy a case and just put your case on. Make it all sparkly. Make it all colorful. Jewel it up. There's so many ways out there, so many different cases that fit so many different smartphones, and this is not an exception. You can buy any case, and this will probably work with the exact same thing. I personally like the black and silver, so why buy a case if I like the black and silver? That's, again, just really an opinion-based thing. If you don't like the color, go out and buy a case. Battery life. It's up to 5 hours of talk time, continuous of 5 hours of talk time. So it's got a pretty good battery life. I haven't had to charge this phone, and I've had it since Thursday. I've been using it since a day ago. So I've only used it for about a day, but I've had it since Thursday. And I'm going to be using it for the next about 2-3 weeks before we have to send it back. So it's got a pretty good battery life, and we don't talk 5 hours continuous. So this is my first time charging it since Thursday, and it's Saturday at 5 o'clock. So it's not bad at all. Connectivity, yes, it is it connects to 4G, it connects to wireless, it connects to in people's internet. You can connect to anything with this phone, and I've never lost service once since Thursday, and I've traveled all around the region here in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia, Virginia Beach area, Williamsburg, Yorktown. Haven't lost any connection anywhere, and that's thanks to Sprint's 4G network. It features a QWERTY keyboard. Bam, right there. And if you guys don't understand what a QWERTY keyboard is, QWERTY, it's literally just a keyboard. So you do have the touchscreen keyboard. Like I said, you can come to Google and or slide it, tilt it. It will realize you tilt it. It has that feature built inside the phone, and then you can continue to type The only thing I don't like about the keyboard is I feel like the buttons are too close together. And then you've got the search bar, which is a pretty cool key. They've put in a search key, which some phones don't have, so I thought that was pretty neat of them to put that in. So we'll go home here for you. Go home, and bam. It also has embedded Java games, so Java is in this phone. A lot of people complain how the iPhone does not have Java. This phone does. Sprint has Java inside the Samsung Moment. It also has mobile TV, as we've shown. It has a stopwatch, has to-do list. It's got tons of apps. You can't ask for a better app store from Sprint. Camera, yes, it does have a camera. A very good camera. It's 3.2 megapixel camera. You've got the mirror, you've got the camera, and you've got the flash. The flash is so bright, I won't be using it on the camera because it blinded me the first time in the middle of broad daylight. The flash is pretty good on this phone. So I'm not going to flash it to you guys because you guys, I don't want to blind my audience here. But the flash is pretty good. I took it out last night and took a photo of it in pitch dark. Photo turned out perfect. Took a photo of it during the daylight with the flash. Really no need for the flash on a bright sunny day, but I took it. Still turned out perfectly fine. So the flash works. 3.2 megapixel camera, and the mirror, of course, every phone now seems to have a mirror. So that's good. It's got an 8x zoom for the camera, 8 times. Which isn't that bad. The only thing I dislike about the camera is it lacks a lot of editing features, but that's almost on every phone. A lot of phones don't have editing features. A few do now. A lot more of the Android type phones are coming out with editing features. The Samsung Moment Android did not have editing, so that's X against it, but you can't win every battle. Music and sound, it's got an MP3 plug-in here. We'll unlock this and we'll zoom on up. It's got MP3, it's got sounds, it's got music. You can come to the MP3 store. You can buy albums, You've got some free songs you can download. So you can see here today, we've got the free song of the day as Stay Around a Little Longer by Buddy Buddy Guy featuring B.B. King. And then the daily album deal is $3.99, and that's Heartbeat City. Of course, it's from Amazon MP3, so you know that's a trusted site. A lot of people buy their music for their phones there. In fact, I think it's like the #1 place people buy music for their phones. You also have tons of songs already inside the thing you can go and look for. You've got playlists, songs, so you've got a good thing working for you there. The only downfall to the music or the sound system is the speakers, and that's really really just opinion based, I guess you could say, because I think the loudest setting on the phone is not loud enough. I think it's actually pretty soft for loud, but that's again an opinion based question. Some people would say it's really loud, some people would say it's not that loud. That's again an opinion based question. My opinion is I think it's a little softer, but other reviewers think it's really loud, so it's really again an opinion based question, and you would have to decide that for yourself. So there's the loud volume, as you heard right there. Storage and memory, it does have a micro SD card slot. It's an SD, so where is it? I've seen it before. In fact, I think it's up top. You also have a phone button, or excuse me, not a phone button, a camera button, and you also have a voice activation button. Bam, bam, back to back. You've got the sound speakers right here. You've got a little place you can put on your cool little ribbons on your phone for all the girls. Your charging port right here, and the charger is very small. And then you also have a headphone jack, which I just have no nails, so I can't get into it. But it's a headphone jack up top, so that works as well. Calling functions, you've got the dial, the miss, receive call display, just like every phone has, and a multi-party or a multi-phone feature where basically you can talk to 3-4 people at once. 3 to 4-way calling is basically what it is. Messaging, you've got email, you've got a business email app, you've got Gmail app, you've got instant messaging, text messaging, you've got all the different messaging out there today. My phone only has text messaging, but there's MMOs, there's MMS, there's so many messaging out there. I'm just amazed at everything that's out there on the market today. You also have this cool little feature called Google Talk. Google released Google Talk, which is kind of like a Skype application. Earlier last month, Google Talk was released, and in one day they had over 1 million Google Talk calls. Google, because they worked with Sprint on the Samsung Moment, put in Google Talk as an application in here, so you can use Google Talk to talk to people that have it on their desktop, that have it on their laptop, that have it anywhere. So you can also call people on Google Talk. I thought that was pretty cool. I've yet to set up my Google Talk application, but I do know a friend that has used Google Talk and says it's an alright program. It's basically, its rival is Skype, so if you guys know what Skype is, you'll know what Google Talk is. You also have business and office voicemails, business and office emails. I've already set that. And its size is only 4.6 pounds. It's not that, it's a very light phone. I'm quite surprised considering my phone, and I did do a weighing comparison. My phone is this size, so it's a lot smaller, but my phone weighs, get this, 8.7 pounds. This phone's a lot taller, just about as wide, but actually this is a lot thinner than this phone, but this phone only weighs 4.6 pounds. This phone's a lot smaller and thicker, weighs 8.7, I believe, pounds. 8.7 pounds, and 4.6. So, just to give you a weight comparison of how phones have come in the past few days, or past few years, I'm sorry. I am quite out of it today. When I was told I have to do the review, I was like, oh, okay. I'm hoping this review helped you guys. Like I said, you've seen my phone, so I'm really not that technologically savvy on phones. I'm more on anything else technologically based I'm great at. But when it comes to phones, that's not my best strong point. So I'm hoping all the research I did on the Samsung Moment, all the research I did on past Android phones, gave you a lot more insight. I'm hoping this review was good for you guys, and I'm hoping you can make a better decision on where to go from here.